Ladies and gentlemen, one thing that I really love and I do appreciate so much about Raila Odinga is that he never ever gives up. And no matter how many times he fails, Raila Odinga must rise up. He must wake up and strategize again for the next political move. Losing an election is not easy, but that spirit of not giving up is actually what makes Raila Odinga to be a very unique politician from the rest of the politicians here in Kenya. One thing also that I really love and I do really admire about Raila Odinga's supporters is that they will never ever give up on Raila Odinga. They are very true, very loyal to Baba. And that is why, even if Raila Odinga wakes up today and calls for the demonstrations, the street protests across the country, even at midnight, you will see Raila Odinga's supporters turn up in huge numbers to protest simply because Baba amesema. According to them, Baba is always right. However, there is one thing that I don't agree completely with Raila Odinga. That is, he never concedes. You will never see Raila Odinga accepting losing an election. And in that process, very young people ends up being hurt. And majority of these people are actually Raila Odinga's followers. Let me read for you this article here which says, why Raila Odinga should run again in 2027 elections to succeed President William Samoei Ruto. Well, according to my considered opinion, the only politician currently who qualifies to be in the ballot in the 2027 general elections against President William Ruto is Raila Amolo Odinga. Not Martha Karua, not Kalonzo Musyoka. Otherwise, President William Ruto might end up having no political competitor in the 2027 general elections. William Ruto defeated Raila Odinga in the previous 2022 general elections, but with only a very small margin of 200,000 votes. So should we expect the same results in the 2027 general election? The same outcome? Let us find about it. And the biggest question here is, what should President William Ruto do to finish Raila Odinga completely in the 2027 general elections? Because William Ruto, he is a person who prepares himself very early for an election just to avoid the last minute trash. And remember that William Ruto's politics are far much different from Raila Odinga. We are not talking about the deep state simply because William Ruto is the president. We are not talking about the system. We are not talking about the government machinery simply because William Ruto is the president of the Republic of Kenya. Here we are talking about free and fair elections. When you hear someone talk about the deep state, the system, and the government machinery, that language is actually a language of defeat. That person has already sensed defeat. So what should William Ruto do to defeat Raila Odinga in a free and fair election in the 2027 general elections? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in this analysis as I give you the factual details about all these issues. But before that, just a quick reminder. In case you are listening to me up to this point and you haven't subscribed to this channel, I'm requesting you to please just take a second or two and click to the subscribe button. You can also give this particular video a like. Just press the thumbs up button down below. If you do that, YouTube will automatically recommend this channel and this video in particular to reach out to others. To my returning subscribers, I really want to appreciate you so much for your continued support, because without your support, then this channel cannot be where it is, and that is why I don't take your support for granted. You can also activate all the notifications in this channel so that every time I upload a video in this channel, immediately YouTube will send you the notifications. And you can do so by simply pressing the the notification bell in this channel. Having said that, now let us go straight into the details. What strategy should William Ruto use this time round to defeat Raila Odinga in the 2027 general elections? Because I feel like this conversation here is actually very, very important. Number one is the IEBC. William Ruto as the President of the Republic of Kenya. The Constitution of the Republic of Kenya has granted him some powers over the process of the recruitment of the new IEBC officials. And that is why William Ruto already selected a 7-member panel in that process. I saw that Raila Odinga also is demanding to be included to appoint the IEBC officials. I think that is not fair. Raila Odinga does not have any powers to do so. He is just demanding all this through the bipartisan talks. So I want us to wait and see how things will turn out to be. But William Ruto should not allow that to happen, because who knows, maybe Raila Odinga is planning something to appoint his own people in the IEBC. And that move actually might affect the process of the 2027 general elections. So William Ruto here must be very, very careful about Raila Odinga's move. Number two, President William Ruto must, and I repeat, he must change his previous political strategy. Like for example, in this case, in the previous 2022 general elections, William Ruto depended so much in the Rift Valley and the Mount Kenya, the central votes. This time round, I think it will be the best thing for William Ruto to seek support in other regions. Like for example, William Ruto must also seek support so much in the Western Bloc, the Western region, where Raila Odinga's stronghold is. By that move, I strongly believe that William Ruto will have weakened Raila Odinga in his own stronghold. I want us to realize that the main issue here is William Ruto defeating Raila Odinga this time round with a greater margin, not just 200,000 votes, to defeat Raila Odinga hands down. And finally, William Ruto must do everything possible to ensure the divisions in Raila Odinga's camp. William Ruto must do everything possible to scatter, to separate, to divide Raila Odinga's close allies, close political leaders. Like for example, President William Ruto must ensure that someone like Kalonzo Musyoka is on the ballot. William Ruto must ensure that this time round, no one from the larger Mount Kenya region actually is supporting Raila Odinga, just to ensure that this time round, Raila Odinga is not getting some votes in the larger Mount Kenya region. Remember, in the previous 2022 general elections, the former head of state Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta played a very critical role in the total amount of votes that Raila Odinga got in the larger Mount Kenya region. This time round, William Ruto must do everything possible to ensure that that actually does not happen. So basically here, he must ensure that Uhuru Kenyatta also is not supporting Raila Amolo Odinga. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about Raila Odinga's presidential bid in the 2027 general elections? Do you think that William Ruto can beat Raila Odinga also in the 2027 general elections? Or the outcome might be the vice versa? I want also to know your thoughts, your views and your opinions in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I don't have much. Let me see you again in my next analysis. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. My name is Jason. Bye-bye.